Hi and welcome. In this session, we are going to discuss the topic solid fuel, that is coal, and classification of coal. As we know that coal is one of the most important solid fuel which is used industrially as well as domestically. The learning outcomes of these topics are: student should understand composition of coal and process of qualification. Further, students should be able to decide the use of different types of coal based on their properties. Now, coal is a highly carbonaceous material. It is a fossil fuel produced from the vegetable debris buried deep in the earth crust for over million years by the process of coalification. Coalification is a process of conversion of vegetable matter into coal by action of high temperature and pressure. It takes millions of years to form the coal by the process of coalification. The time required for the coalification depends on the depth of the burial of that vegetable debris. Coal is mainly composed of carbon atom having sp2 hybridization. It is a huge molecule with indefinite number of carbon atoms. Along with the carbon atom, coal also consists of hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur covalently bonded to carbon. Coal also consists of water and mineral. The water will be present in the coal in the form of moisture. Amount of water present, that is the moisture present in the coal, depends on the coalification stage. During the combustion of coal, water will get evaporated and the mineral present in the coal will get converted into ash. Ash is nothing but metal oxide and silica present in the coal. This is the structure of the coal, in which the carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. Also, along with carbon atom, there is a presence of oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen. This structure is taken from the website, that is www.chemistryexplained.com. Now we will discuss the different types of coal. This classification of coal is based on the extent of coalification occurred with the vegetable matter buried in the earth crust. In other words, these are the different stages of coal that takes place from burial of the vegetable matter in the earth crust towards the final coal, that is the anthracite, and hence they are called as the grades or ranks of the coal. The classification of the coal or the stages of coal depends on the extent of transformation, that is from wood to coal. There are four types of coal. First is the peat, then lignite, third is the bituminous, and fourth is the anthracite. If you see these different stages of coal, that is from peat to anthracite, the properties of each stage will be different and uses of each stage will be different. So if you go peat to anthracite, then percentage of carbon, calorific value, density, luster, hardness, black color intensity will increase. While if you go from peat to anthracite, percent moisture, percent ash content, percent volatile matter content, percent hydrogen, percent nitrogen, percent oxygen, and percent sulfur content decreases. So these are the property which increases from peat to lignite, from peat to anthracite, while these properties will decrease from peat to anthracite. Now we will discuss how the wood gets converted into different stages of coal and what are the conditions. Now first, wood will get buried in the earth crust, and for long period of time, by the action of aerobic bacteria, the aerobic decay takes place of that wood, which will get converted into peat in presence of large amount of water. Now this peat in anaerobic decay and in presence of acidic condition will get converted into lignite. If the time required will be long, then the lignite will get converted into anthracite, while peat during the anaerobic decay and alkaline condition for a long time will get converted into bituminous. The bituminous is further classified into three subtypes. First is the subbituminous, then bituminous, and semi-bituminous. Now we will discuss the properties and uses or applications of each stage of coal. First is the peat. So peat is the first stage in the coalification process. It is a brown, fibrous, jelly-like mass. It consists of around 80 to 90% water, and after drying, it can burn freely. Average composition of air-dried peat is carbon 57%, hydrogen 6%, oxygen 35%, and ash 2.5 to 6%. Calorific value of peat is about 5400 kilocalorie per kg. Then uses of peat: it is used after briquetting as a domestic or industrial fuel. It is used to produce char oil and light spirit on carbonization. It is used for thermal insulation, gas purification, and steam raising. So this is the peat, which is the briquetted peat. So this jelly-like mass is further converted into brick-like mass by drying and compressing. Then properties and applications of lignite. Properties: it consists of vegetable matter decomposed more than peat. It is a soft, brown, and compact in texture. It consists of 20 to 60% water. On drying, it breaks into small pieces. Average composition of air-dried lignite is carbon 60 to 70%, hydrogen 5%, 10 to 15% ash, and oxygen 20%. It burns with smoky flame, and calorific value is about 6500 to 7100 kilocalorie per kg. Then applications of lignite: it can be used as a domestic and industrial fuel after briquetting. It can be used for power generation, for making producer gas. It is used for making tar by carbonization. So this is the lignite. Properties and applications of bituminous. This is the bituminous coal. Now properties. It is having dark grey to pitch black color, burns with smoky yellow flame. It has laminated structure with alternate bright and dull layers. Bituminous contains 70 to 90% carbon. Now these bituminous are classified into subbituminous, bituminous and semi-bituminous. We will discuss the properties of these subtypes of bituminous. Subbituminous properties. They are black in color, homogeneous and smooth in appearance. They have high volatile matter and moisture content. It contains 70 to 83% carbon and 10 to 20% oxygen. Calorific value of subbituminous is 7000 kilocalorie per kg. They crumbles into pieces on exposure to air. They are non-caking coal. Uses of subbituminous. It is used for domestic and industrial purpose. The bituminous properties. It is hard, black and denser than subbituminous. They show typical banded structure. It has cubical fracture. Carbon content ranges from 78 to 90%. It has 20 to 45% volatile matter content. Calorific value is 8000 to 8500 kilocalorie per kg. Uses of bituminous are it is used in industry for making metallurgical coal gas, steam rising and domestic heating. Last one is the semi-bituminous. The properties are it includes varieties of bituminous coal. They are rich in carbon. Around 90 to 95% is the carbon content. It has low volatile matter content. Calorific value is around 8500 to 8600 kilocalorie per kg. Then use of semi-bituminous is it is used for coke manufacture. Then properties and applications of anthracite. Anthracite is one of the most important solid fuel and it is mainly used as a industrial fuel. So properties are it is the highest ranked coal, contain highest percent of carbon, around 92 to 98% of carbon is there. They are hardest coal, dense and lustrous. Contain less than 8% volatile matter and 3% ash. They burn without smoke. Calorific value ranges from 8650 to 8700 kilocalorie per kg. Uses of anthracites are they are used for steam rising in metallurgical process, domestic and industrial purpose. So in summary, we have discussed about process of coalification, composition of coal, types of coal, properties and uses of different types of coal. Thank you for attending this session.